joining, everybody. So for those of you just joining, I'm on a journey to find my one. I'm going over this book because there's a daily activity. So every single day we're going over an activity. And today is about releasing some stuff. So this is an interesting quote to start it off. Maturity is a process of subtraction, not addition. Maturity is a process of subtraction, not addition. That's a different perspective, right? That's a completely different perspective to look at life. So what she says is that our pitfalls, one of the pitfalls of being such a therapeutically savvy culture is that often we see where our problems come from, but then don't use our knowledge to let them go and to avoid them moving forward. So it's so interesting because we all have the knowledge, right? We know what our issues are. Most of us know what our issues are. So I don't know what my issues are. I'm a workaholic. Hence why I didn't make it on yesterday. Oh, sorry. And that's why I need you guys to support me in holding me accountable on being here, because really I just want to work. And that's why I'm single. Totally single. So I got to create the space for the relationship, which is starting with going through this book. So it's been really awesome and powerful for me. Hopefully it's been powerful for you guys this far. But yeah, so today it's about releasing what does not serve us and acknowledging it first, because that's the first step. So what she says is that there is a time for everything, and not all of our challenges are meant to disappear just because we want them to or think that they should. Some problems must simply be lived with, and some simply lived through. So many have, however, outstayed their welcome and are long overdue for a release. So that's what we're working on here today, is releasing that which does not serve us, working through it, and allowing it to have its season and get out, right? So, does that resonate with you guys? Does that resonate with you guys? So, feel free to tap the heart if what I'm saying resonates with you, because that's how I know that I'm communicating well. Or tell me if I'm not making sense. Ask questions. So there's an awesome quote here. Spiritual life is about surrender, not understanding. Whenever that part of you wants to figure it out or know why or know what kicks in, kick it out. So spiritual life is all about surrendering, not understanding. So we get to look at that when things come in that don't serve us, like maybe, oh my gosh, I've had a horrible relationship, right? And instead of trying to look at it and understand it, I can take lessons from it all day long. Oh my goodness, tons of lessons. But it's not about staying in that process of analyzing it, because have you guys heard the quote, analysis paralysis? So if we're going to stay in a space of analysis and questioning things over and over again, then we're not going to move forward. So we got to be able to kick it out and let those bad relationships go, or those lessons. And what's cool about this book is, hi from Russia, is that it's calling in the one. It's about finding the love of your life, but these lessons can be applied everywhere, with friendships, business, coworkers, partners, all of that. So, this is good. This is good right here. How important is it to you to find love? Hi, Indiana, sorry. How important is it to you to find love? Why don't you guys answer that question? Is it very important? Is it so important? Maybe you've already met the one you love. Feel free to write important. Yeah. So what she says is awesome. It's important, right? It's important to me. Not based on results, obviously, until now. So if it's very important, then what would you be willing to give up in order to have it? That's the question. So if having a soulmate and the most amazing relationship is everything that you desire. What are you willing to give up to have it? And when she asked this to her audience, people started saying they'd move, they'd change jobs, all these huge things that they'd be willing to do to find the love of their life. But she says, when she asks, what would you be willing to give up as far as rigid criteria? People started squirming in their chairs. So it's like so funny because we're like almost like hypocrites or something. For all your 18 years, you're a youngster. You're a total youngster. Maybe this will support you. Going through this book will super support you in your future. So what are we willing to let go of is our jobs, moving, all this stuff. But the traits we're like so attached to, and I see that in myself completely. So where can we give up the need to be right? Because when we are in a state of wanting to be right in any argument that you're in, you're not open to learning when you want to be right all the time. So could you let go of your pessimistic attitudes and beliefs about men or women? Because letting go of absolutely whatever it is that is standing between you and love is what is necessary to create the opening for love. So awesome, right? But so true. I don't know. Does that resonate for you guys? Anyone? You can tap the heart if, does that resonate? So it's so interesting because we have such ideas. Yeah, well, we've been working on that because we got to day 21. And if you want to watch the previous videos, you can go to Catch with a K. Catch. Or go to my Twitter feed and you'll see all the links for the Catch links because we're on day 21. But we've been going through things every single day to release stuff from our childhood, release beliefs that we have in our head about ourselves. And this is about a whole new release. And so she says, we have such noble ideas of what we would do to find love. But it's all about willing to let it all go and be us and be present in the moment and let go of our defenses and patterns or habitual patterns, because we got to create space for change if we want something new and different, right? So, this is so good. This is so good. I just love it. Most of us act from fear. I mean, I was doing something yesterday. Yeah, I remember having the thought like, okay, Bethany, you're operating from fear right now. I can't remember what it is in this moment, but like just recognizing that is such a huge step for me, and it can be for you as well. So it's not about whether the cup is half full or half empty. It's about being present and enjoying the air that you're breathing. It's about being open to love and surrendering to love and letting go of our rigid thoughts that are controlling us. And once we can let go and release, then we can move forward. So we can't give up something with an attachment to a particular outcome. The universe just won't bargain with us on those terms. Rather, our surrender must be absolute and unconditional. So we must give up relationships that don't serve us anymore. As some of you guys know that have been watching for a while, I went through a whole bunch of my contacts and I cut them out. I deleted them to create space for relationships that serve me and are powerful and in harmony with me, and vice versa, I with them. So we must be willing to give up destructive patterns, addictions even, to get to who we are and how we feel and be present in the moment and experience. Because I don't know about you, but this is my pattern. When I go on dates, yes, totally hard to do. That's why we're doing baby steps, 7 weeks. We made it to day 21. Doesn't it take 21 days to do a habit? So for me, I know that when I go on dates, I start thinking a lot. I'm like, okay, what does he do? What are his values? What's his vision? Does it match my vision? Like all these things that are important. They're important, but they don't need to be important on day one. Because on day one, I could just let go of all that and I could be present with what my body's feeling. Like, how am I reacting? Am I feeling tingly inside? Am I being in a state of curiosity where I'm excited to learn more? Or am I feeling like this guy is really negative, or this is just not going to work? You know, it's about feeling versus thinking, because when we're thinking, we're being rigid and pushing everything away. Having the willingness to let go is the one crucial key to transforming our lives. And remember the quote we started with, because I love it. Maturity is a process of subtraction, not addition. So we got to let go, we got to carve away, and then we have an amazing diamond, right? Carve away the edges, and we have this brilliant, stunning diamond inside. It's funny when I stand, I'm like moving all over versus when I'm sitting and doing this. Anyways, the stereotype or the thought of bottoming out before one is willing to change implies that most of us are not willing to let go of our way of doing things until we've completely bankrupted ourselves. So you can obviously take that into a business relationship or business or work or your house even. Like, do we really need to bottom out? No. We just get to be open to change. So simple. What? But it can be. It can be simple. Like you could just wake up one morning and be like, okay, today's the day. I'm doing things different. And if it feels awesome to you, and it might be painful at first to do things different, but when we do that, you feel the energy, and it starts to empower you and motivate you and drive you to do it again. So men cannot discover new oceans until he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Powerful. Does this resonate with you guys? Feel free to ask any questions you have. That's like saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. You just have more to cut through. More stories and limiting beliefs and inner conversations that you get to pull through. That's why the person, I don't know if the person that was 18, if she's or he's still on here, but can you imagine doing this at 18? Oh my gosh. Like, talk about starting from a solid foundation. Yeah, I love it. If you feel desperate for the fulfillment of love, not good. Remember that letting go of everything in its way is appropriate to channel the desperation. So be desperate enough to release all that is fear-based, all that is limiting, and all that is predictable, that typically, by the way, we consider safe. Our egos consider safe. So growth is not so much of a process of accumulation, but a process of release. And now we get to our homework for the day. So the homework for today requires that we go back and look at all the homework from the previous day. So all the journaling that we've done, meditations, everything that you're picking up. And if you're just joining us today, thank you, welcome. So for today, it's about looking through all of the stuff we've been writing. And if you're starting today, we're basically... it is definitely different. I'm sure it is. But I'm sure that you can find somebody that feels the exact same way that you do, and will be your soulmate. So, staying in a space of possibility. It's a tongue twister. So on the journal, we write, top of the page, I release. And then as you go and look back through all the journaling that we've done, you can write down the characteristics, like, I release being a workaholic. So what I did is I now stop working unless I have an event, which this week has been every week or day, but I stop working at 6:30. And do you know how hard that is for me? I'd like to work till 2 in the morning sometimes. So by stopping work at 6:30, I know that if I was in a relationship, I would be enjoying that time with someone. Maybe going and getting dinner, cooking and exercising, you know, watching TV. I never watch TV. Stuff like that, maybe watching a movie. So doing relationship stuff, riding a bike, whatever. I'm creating the space. I'm letting go of being a workaholic and knowing that and trusting the fact in myself that I can get it done. I still can get it all done. I can have wins in every aspect of my life, and it's possible. So create that list. I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish. I don't know if there's like a translator video thing. But maybe they have the book. You could get the book, Calling in the One, by Katherine Woodward in Spanish. I don't know. So under I Release, we write down a list of all the things that we're going to surrender and let go of. And you can put a star next to things that you've already done based on, you know, we've made it to day 21, and a heart next to things that you still get to work on. And this represents those things that you're going to actively begin to explore further with the assistance of a therapist or maybe a friend or spiritual advisor. I wish there was a way for us to create a group. I guess I could do a Facebook group. I haven't thought about that. Do you guys want me to do a Facebook group? Let me know. And you guys can always like contact me. You can Twitter me at Bethany Londyn. And I do have a YouTube video as well that has nothing to do with this, but kind of, because I'm all about shifting the paradigm and being a catalyst for change. So if you guys, I don't know, maybe I'll think about doing a Facebook group. I just don't want to like be in charge. Where does that show up in my life? I'm like, I don't need another thing. But I would love to create this space in the community for everybody. So, because I think that we're creating a space now to be vulnerable with each other and to ask for support and to give support. And that's so important to give and receive. Okay, that just came to me. Hi. Maybe it's a get to. Okay, I'm going to think about that. But Twitter me or tell me yes. Tell me yes. Do you want me to do a Facebook group for this? So we can share with each other and all that? Yes. Okay, we got a yes. Do it. Do it. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, we got 2 yeses. Hey, it takes 3 to make a group, right? Boom. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. So, tomorrow. Okay, by tomorrow, I will do this. I'm not going to give you a time yet, but I will create the group and start sharing it on here so people can connect and share their stories and what they're releasing and get vulnerable, because sometimes you just need a new group to do that with, you know? And then you can start to create it within your own community. So we write this list out today of all the things that we're releasing or working on still. And then find a space, create a space in your home that, or maybe outside, that you're going to dedicate to sacred activities. So I have a space where I go and meditate, where I journal, and like that's just my space. And carve out uninterrupted time, no less than half an hour for the ritual to release. And I love the one that we did yesterday about meditating and visualizing the person that we're forgiving in front of us. That was powerful, super powerful. I don't know if any of you guys did it, but I encourage it because it's a good one. So yeah, so that's the homework for today. And I'm so excited that you guys are here and joining me on this journey. Feel free to share it with people, because this might resonate with other people than you. Don't want to be selfish. We want to create the space of change and love, being in love with everybody. Oh my goodness. See? Love, period. That's what I believe in. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Yes, head over to Catch and check it out. It's all good stuff, and we're making an impact, people. We're changing our lives, and we're going to track the love of our lives. I mean, I'm open. I'm totally open. Okay, love you.